Hello and welcome everybody, and a happy new year. Welcome to the first Polygon reVue interview of 2010 with me, Sebastian Sjöberg, and Daniel Nyoken Eidson. We're going to talk about esports, Starcraft, and of course the Team Liquid Star League. But first, hi Nyoken. How are you doing today, and did you have a good New Year's Eve last night?
Hello, I had a good New Year's. I just sat here and played StarCraft with Machine and the rest of EG team.
That sounds amazing. Uh, what a nerd New Year's Eve to have indeed. Uh,
Yeah,
so you and the EG guys hang out not only at practice time but at festive times as well.
yeah.
That sounds great. I recently had the opportunity to talk to your teammate in Control, and he talked quite warmly about the EG team and being sponsored, how that helps being a pro gamer. How do you feel about that? Is it a good thing to have corporate sponsorships, and does that enable you to play more and play better?
Uh, I've never been on a sponsored team before, so this is my first time. It definitely made me want to play more. Um, I definitely wanted to do better for my team. So yeah, I would say it was very good for me because I usually don't have a lot of things to play for, but this gave me something to play for.
All right. How come you chose StarCraft as your main sport? Are you a very competitive person, and how did you get into this game?
I got into this game in 1999. I went to a friend's house. I saw him playing it, and I didn't know what it was because I had been a Warcraft 2 player.
Yeah, as
And he
had we
told me
all.
it was StarCraft, and that day, like an hour later, I went back and I bought it, and since then, I've been playing it, and it's great. I love it.
It is a great game. And 2009 has been a great year for StarCraft, and especially so for the foreign scene, I would say. We have seen non-Koreans perform very well on the international stage, and showing that it's possible to both fight with and beat the very best. Whiterun on G5 facing Boxer, for example, and Cole's performance in the World Cyber Games are quite memorable events, and of course Idra and Ret's increasing presence in Korea. What are your brightest StarCraft moments of the past year?
Um, I would guess WCG, even though I didn't make it out of groups. I got fifth, which was decent, I guess. I mean, I've only gotten second in WCG before, so this is my second highest finishing there. So I would say WCG is my best performance this year.
Remind us what players you managed to beat and who you met there.
Let me think. I lost to Idra. I know that. It was my first game, and I thought if I beat him the first game, I could beat him the third game or second game. But I lost, and that didn't work out.
Well,
And
that's okay.
and then I beat In Control, and I beat Artosis, and I lost to Louder. But I think I could have beaten Louder, and if I did, I think I might have gotten second. But that's just not how it worked out. So.
Oh well. I've been meaning to ask you, as a Terran player and someone who's been around the community for a while, in the TSL, Idra is an obvious favorite. His Korean training is really kicking in. It's quite obvious that anyone who wants to win will have to figure out a way to beat him. Uh, as a Terran player, do you see any cracks in his armor? How will you take him down? And does he have any obvious weaknesses that a player could abuse, do you think?
I think the only weakness with Idra is maybe early game where he can get cheesed. If he gets to mid game and late game, that's when his macro and mechanics kick in. So it's kind of unbeatable. My Terran versus Terran, it used to be really good, and I thought I could like keep up. But playing him at WCG this year, his dropship play is just all over the place. You can't really attack him. He's just too good. So I would say if you can't beat him in the beginning, it's going to be really hard to beat him in the mid and late game.
Well, I sense some cheesy early game tactics being formed around the community. But how would you describe your own play style? Are you a heavy macro beast like Idra, or more of a deceptive player, would you say?
I'm a micro player for sure, since I'm old school.
Of course.
Growing up with Boxer and him and his crazy micro, you get one little small army and just want to micro it like crazy, make sure it don't die. So that's my weakness. I don't macro enough, I just micro. But I do well with my units, just I don't have them after they die, so yeah.
Oh well, you clearly do quite well with your units, because you qualified into the top 48 of the TSL, and it all starts off the next round on the 9th of January. I don't know exactly when you'll be playing your first match, but you are facing Dreiven. How do you plan to take down the barbecue toss from Poland?
I'm not quite sure yet. I've played Dreiven over the 10 years I've been playing in WG Tour. I don't think I ever beat him. And PG Tour, I don't think I ever beat him. On iCup a couple months ago, I played him on a clan war, didn't beat him. So it's not looking good, but my strategies, I know, have gotten stronger watching Flash and Fantasy VOD. So I feel like if I play well, I can beat him. But I've never beaten him before, so it's not looking good.
All right. Are you the kind of player who would pull out lockdowns and nukes just to throw an opponent off, for example?
I actually like lockdown for arbiters, because I'm not very good with EMP during my attacks. But if you put ghosts at key positions on the map where they might recall, you can just lock them down really quick, and you don't really have to worry about getting recalled and getting your base killed. So I actually do like ghosts, and I only nuke people when they're clearly losing, and it's just fun to do. So I like ghosts, but not nukes.
Well, it's fun to watch for sure. But assuming that you do carve your way out of Group G through Dreiven, Casper and Phoenix, what other opponents will pose the greatest threats? Are there any particular players you're looking forward to face, and what players would you like to avoid?
My TVP is my worst matchup, so I would avoid every Protoss. TVZ is probably my best right now, and I guess I would like to play Rhett, because he's really good. He's like my best friend online, and usually I don't get slaughtered by him, so I think I could have some decent games versus him. I would like to play Idra just because he's so good, and I'd like to see his dropship play again. But other than that, I don't really care who I play. Just Rhett and Idra would be fine.